If he's here, the way to get in is from the top down, right? And this structure generally leads to stuff like wrestling, throwing, though not obviously because I showed you some punching out of it. If he's up here, right, I'm coming from underneath because I'm trying to control the head and the neck, right? These are the two basic ways of thinking about the structure. Body clinching, maybe 50-50, right? And then head clinching, where we're trying to get control exactly. You always want to control the inside, right? So down here, the inside is in here. Up here, the inside is in here. Okay, I'm going to tell you something really, I don't know if you're going to find it strange, interesting, I'm not sure what the word is, right? But, you know, like for example, in Xingyi, there are drills where he's punching me and I'm doing the bone, right? And I'm coming this way, down and in to intercept, right? And there's drills where you do the pow, where you come up and in this way to open up, right? And people think of them as strike against strike drills, right? In other words, it's down or up. In Lama, you know, he comes this way and I have my pow choy. It's the same pow, because it's the same concept. And we have chun, you know, down and in, chun this way, right? Again, people think of them as striking, but really there's no difference when we're doing this. This is pow, right? This is pow. When we're going for the body clinch, right? This is bong, right? This is bong, right? Right? Oh, yeah, or, you know, or cloud hands or whatever you want to think about. But in other words, what is the power of this position? He has his hand on my neck or my head. The other thing is, people will tell you that we clinch wrong because we grab the neck, because in Thai they grab the head. But remember, Thai is not a wrestling sport. Thai is a striking sport. This is very good if you want to set up elbows and knees. Then again, also, if you look closely, some Thais clinch here to anyone. Right? Whatever they tell you on the internet is bullshit most of the time. Everybody on YouTube is an expert except they've never trained any fighters. I do this because I mix my clinch, my Thai clinch with my Greco-Roman, and this is a collar Thai and Greco-Roman, and it sets up a lot of my other throws and takedowns. So again, what this does, it keeps me from running away. The elbow down keeps me from coming in, so I can't like hug him, right? I can't like bear hug him. I can't like body lock him. This, when he gets two hands on my neck, right? Remember we talked about push and pull, like the guard, right? He pulls me in, and then he pushes me out. So like, let's say, sometimes what happens is, when we're talking about transitions from the clinch, sometimes he's just gonna push me and let go of me. Ooh, and then as I fall back, he's gonna kick. Right? In other words, you push me out into a kick. Ooh. See, and I can't block that because I'm off balance. Sometimes he pushes me out but doesn't let go of me to pull me into a knee. Right? In other words, I have him here. And this. So I have that sub-stick thing, right? That pull-push thing. And he's completely in control if he's on the inside. Sometimes people do this and they don't know any better, so they do this and they think it's the same thing. But he's going to tell you, I can't pull you in, right? Because your elbows. And I definitely can't push you out. So that's why we're fighting for the inside position. Now relax, right? Remember I told you. Because if you want to talk about internal, you want to talk about Chinese martial arts ideas, you know, listen, follow, yield, all these things, they have very practical applications. I want to be able to feel as he comes in, right? Feel as he comes in. So, this is the first pump we're doing. Now remember, the idea is to keep him from getting two hands on my neck. So this is one part of that fight. The other part is to actually pull his hand off my neck. So as we're doing this is called a pluck with a P, please. Pluck him with a P, yes? No, never mind. Okay. Now this is the same side. If I reached up by accident, I can't pluck, I drag. And to do this, I can't just do that. I have to pick up my shoulder and then I rotate my body. Day one, remember we did this thing? Yeah. So he grabs my neck. Right? Right this side. And actually, if you fail and he gets two hands on your neck, When he very first does it, before he gets a chance to get a real firm feel, you do the washing machine, which is just the wheeling bot. The pummeling part, which is just the moving the hands in and out, right? You're gonna have pluck, 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 right? We're gonna have drag, shoulder up, right? Shoulder up, drag, and then washing machine, which is just the wheeling bot. Okay, can we work this out?
Now, the one that, because you're already basically struggling for it, you don't push up on the elbow, that one works well, right?
This is more when you're hand fighting and he reaches for me and I pick it up.